Hi guys, good evening. So now let us see about how to break social conditioning. So this is a very big process. So I'll try to tell it as simple as possible and as easy as possible also, and as short as possible also. Okay, so social conditioning. What is meant by this social conditioning? So when we are born as a child in the society, okay, in the society in the sense in a family, okay, first that family itself is a social society only, na? Family lives in a street, and that street is in an area, and that area is in an zone, and that zone is in a village or corporation something, and that is in a town, and that town is in a district. This is what is all society, na? So what are all that, even if you take the globe, it has latitude, longitude, so that it forms a grid system. So each grid is each geographical location area. So it has each geographical location area has its own set of rules and regulations. These set of rules and regulations are called social conditioning. So that society lives with those, follows that true set of rules and regulations in the name of discipline, blah blah blah, that is okay. And so generation after generation after generation, it's been followed. So it's been deeply ingrained in everybody's genes, okay, DNA. So this is what is social conditioning and its effect. So now let us see how to break that social conditioning, okay. So when we are born, okay. So we are born and we live in a society, and we pick up all the information from society. We are being taught, if it's a girl child or if it's a boy child or girl child, how she should speak, what she should speak, what she should not speak, how she should dress, how she shouldn't dress, how she should tie her hair, how she should not tie her hair, how she should plait her hair. Everything, detail by detail, it's being taught to us, and sometimes it's being preached to us, into us, okay. So this is how, like how a man should behave, how a woman should behave, how a woman should treat a family, how a woman should treat elders, how a woman should behave in a family. All this is being taught. And in school, we have been taught and stuffed with all the information from books, okay, as a part of education system. And we have been like we would have said, nah, this teacher is so super, very successful, and whatever she teaches, nah, it's like the way she teaches is so good. So we consider them as our inspiration, and we pick up all the way of living, how they live and how they become victorious, how they become that gained that name and fame. So we pick up all that info from them and stuff it here. So same like that in celebrities, cine celebrity, whomever it is, whomever is the victorious person, we think, we just watch them and collect all those information and stuff here, how they become so well accomplished and so much famous, all that. And then same way the friends group we deal with, and that peer group influence their parents, and how are they with so much of wealth, background, everything we watch, and we acquire all the knowledge. This is how we conditioned ourselves, okay. So this before video, I have said how all this four conscious, subconscious, unconscious and supraconscious works and all. So you can watch that and know. Again, I'm not going to tell that here. So this is how we observed all the stuff from the society, info from the society, and we have stuffed it here, and we have laid a foundation of belief system with those matter, okay, info. So this is how human is born, brought up, and he also grows up thinking all these things, okay. This is called social conditioning. So in this social conditioning, now from society, inside house, let us come into the house. As an independent individual, when you are growing up, this time you have to get up, This time you have to brush up. This time you have to take coffee. This time you have to take bath. This time you have to take breakfast, whether you're hungry or not. This time you have to get ready. Only this is the school uniform you have to wear. Only these are the books you have to take to school. This is how you have to live. You have to go to school like this. So much, isn't it? So this is how they condition our daily, day-to-day routine life. Okay, this is all a social conditioning. Now, we have been living like this, we got trained like this, we are also how to tell, we also got conditioned very well, very disciplined. If a child is not giving any trouble, listening to you and just doing whatever you are telling quietly, and if the child is following your footsteps, your path and traveling along with you, that child is super duper child. It doesn't give any trouble. It's a very disciplined child. Instead, if that child keeps on questioning, if that child has its own wishes, if it wants to live, it's a very problematic child, isn't it? That is how we brand, rubber stamp every judge and rubber stamp every behavior for an independent individual from childhood times when they grow. Isn't it very notorious? Very arrogant. This fellow is very he never listens to me. He never be quiet. He's always troublesome. Wherever I take him, I get the bad name because of him. Isn't it? This is how, don't we judge our kids like this? So that is the problem. So, all these are conditioning. So how to now come from conditioning to unconditioning? So conditioning to unconditioning means when we grew up now, we are like adults. So now after becoming adults, we're either in parents' house or either in our spouse, when we are along with our spouse in our house, when we suffer, okay, old souls like me, I'm a very old soul, so old souls like me cannot live a life which is not in their imaginations and dreams. They want to live only their dream life in reality. They're expecting, they're very frustrated, and they undergo all this emotional trauma and all this emotional turmoil because of the expectation that their dreams, their dream life will brought into reality by somebody else, and so that they can live that. They do not know how to bring that into reality. So when they are in parents' house, they feel parents will bring that into reality, which never happens. They go very traumatized. After marriage, they feel their spouse will bring that into reality. That also never happens. They go very vexed up. So this is all because of when old souls like me go vexed up like this. That is the time we all start to think, when it crosses all the threshold point, and when all the time we keep on fighting and fighting and fighting, and we are not able to be in peace of mind, we are restless, we are not able to live our daily routine, all the works are getting stagnated, we are not able to work for our earnings also at least, and we are not even having the intention to live anymore. We have so much of suicidal thoughts, we think very low about ourselves, we get so much of inferiority complex, and we feel I'm not fit to live at all, I'm not fit here to live at all, and so what is the meaning of my life? For whom am I living? I couldn't make my dreams itself come true, and so for what am I living? All this thought pops up in our head, either it's after marriage or before marriage, whatever, it doesn't matter. So when these thought comes, we suffer a lot from within. Emotionally, we shatter into pieces, we suffer a lot, and then we get the stuff working. So why am I suffering? So that time we start to sit and write, isn't it? This is why I am suffering. So that time Jnana is born, isn't it? So if you have to enter into that unconditional life, if you have to break the social conditionings, first of all you should know who you are from within, what is your inner essence, who you are authentically, and you should know to live your inner essence, not inside one person and outside one person. That is where the problem starts. You are wearing the mask. See, my mom wants, is expecting this out of me. My mom wants only this face. I'll put this mask. My mother-in-law is expecting this out of me. Okay, I'll put that mask. My husband is expecting this out of me. I'll put that mask. My sister is expecting this out of me. I'll put that mask. So this is not going to work out. So how many masks will you put for the society? This is all society only. Apart from you, whomever it is society only. Even your twin flame, it's society only. Okay, so you do not know who you are from within inside. If you want to break social conditioning, first thing you should do is you should know who you are from inside. And that authentic self, your self identity, your authentic self, you should know what is the package, what is the lifestyle you want to live, what is the daily routine you want to live, what are the wishes you are wishing to live, what are the wishes you want to bring it into reality and live. All this you should know. Every nook and corner about you, you should know. Okay, and very crystal clearly you should know. That is also very important. Very crystal clearly, without any doubt, you should know this is who I am. If you want to accept me, accept me. If you don't want to accept me, it's not last for me. Get the hell out of my life. That's all. Let them go. You can't stop a person who's going out of your life. And that is the way God protects you. Okay. Instead of that person being inside your life, keeping on torturing you, giving you toxic effects, let them go. Get lost. Okay. So you have to have that mindset first. So you should know, who am I from within? What is my inner essence? Only when you know that, you can become like a self-loved person. And when you become self-loved person, and like in the previous video, earlier video, I have said about how to become emotional self-mastery. So in that video, I have talked about so much about boundaries. Okay, so when you treat yourselves with so much of self-love, self-care, self-respect, and you don't allow anybody to mistreat you, and the way you treat yourselves, others learn how they have to treat you. And when you put strong boundaries for all the other people outside of you, and when you learn to handle people, and when your complete belief system is changed from this conditioned society to eternal belief system, and when you are not rejecting yourselves, that is when your brain is not rejecting your inner child, and when your brain is bringing all your inner child's wishes into reality, okay, that moment itself you are not living in this matrix. You are living, see, your body is living in this matrix, your energy, your essence is living in the 5D. Okay, that is why you are living in that foundation of eternal belief system. So nothing affects you from outside. Your inner peace is maintained. You are always calm. You are always grounded. Okay, and your inner harmony, oneness, everything is maintained. So when you live like this is the way you live unconditionally. Okay, so this is how, when you build your inner system, and when nothing from the outside world affects you, outside world is full of conditioning. Okay, outside world is full of conditioning, and our parents itself didn't know how to be emotionally available for themselves itself, because their parents also didn't know how to be emotionally available for themselves. So our grandparents brought up our parents with emotional inavailability. Okay, so our parents are also grown up with emotional inavailability, so they didn't know how to give emotional availability to us. So we are also grown up with emotional inavailability. But still, after becoming adults, after seeing all these videos in net, we know what is meant by emotional availability. Okay, So, and when we are available emotionally for us, and when we are not emotionally codependent on others, and when we are emotionally self-mastered person and very emotionally freedomful person, we do not depend upon anybody in this society, and we happen to follow the social conditionings only when we are dependent on somebody on this society. And when we are by ourselves strong and tall, we stand our ground. When we are financially abundant, when we are spiritually abundant, when we are physically abundant and physically free, and when we are emotionally abundant and freedomful, we are by ourselves whole and complete. So we do not need anything from this societal dependence. See, we want some grocery, we earn money, we go to grocery shop and we buy grocery. That is something different. That is, we just go buy grocery. There we don't tell him that I am emotional. We are not going to take lecture for him. And he is also doing business. He also wants money. If he sells his goods only, he'll get money, isn't it? So obviously he has to sell. So that dependency is something different. This dependency is something different. Okay, so like for our living, we are depending on this earth, sources available in this earth, and we are purchasing it that with money. Okay, but for our actual inner essence living, we are completely living in the 5D. So this is how you can so nothing can affect you from the social conditioning. That is what I'm coming to tell. So nobody from the outside can affect you with all the social conditioning. So whatever they tell, you won't even argue. You'll tell okay, and you'll keep living whatever you want to live, isn't it? So that is how you are emotionally self-mastered. Okay, so this is how you live an unconditional life also. So this is the way to break social conditioning also. So now you already broke the social conditioning, you have entered into social unconditioning life. So what more? Nothing, no. So next interesting topic is all about don't tell your problems to people who do not understand you. So that is going to be our next topic. So let us see in the next topic. Until then, bye.